Lord, I reckon I'm still on the mend, but I'm doing a lot better than I was, that's for sure. I was pretty rough shape there for a couple weeks. I was feeling mighty puny, but I'm back in the saddle now, I reckon. But you was asking about my Granny Lawson. Now, you said called her a granny witch. Now, I reckon from what you tell me, that may be what she'd be called today, but let me tell you, Granny Lawson would not have cottoned being called a witch. I can tell you that. She was a faith healer. She was a God-fearing woman, and she believed in the Lord and the Lord only. So, she knew Bible verses. She could quote you every chapter and verse in the Bible, I reckon. She knew it backwards and forwards. But no, she wasn't a witch. Not in her mind. Now, yeah, she did. She had roots and leaves and all kinds of plants that she used to make medicine. I mean, she had a remedy for just about everything. Well, I remember her making a poultice for me. I had the croup. Had it pretty bad. I had a hard time in my chest there, and she used some fried onions and some sage, and she put it on flannel and put it around my neck at night, and I woke up next day looked good as new. Yes, sir. It just worked. It didn't smell good. It sure didn't smell good. I can still smell it, but buddy, it worked like a charm. I saw her do, I tell you, all kind of things. She'd just rub a wart, and she'd chain a little prayer, and it'd be gone. The next morning, I've seen her do it several times. Several times. I mean, everybody in the family had a wart sometime or another, but buddy, they didn't have them long. Not with Granny Lawson around. She knew how to get rid of them, so. Lord, what all did she do? My sister, Laura Bell, baby sister, she had the thrush. And Granny Lawson just breathed into her mouth, and it was gone the next day. She just had some magical power about her breath. I mean, it cured her thrush. I saw it with my own two eyes. I know it happened. You can't tell me otherwise. Now, if somebody get an earache, she'd blow some warm smoke and put a little sweet oil in their ear and stick a cotton ball in there, and the next morning you'd wake up and find her in frog hair. I tell you what, everybody knew about her. She was up a holler. I mean, if they had a problem, she was who everybody come to calling on. I don't care if it had a broke bone or a toothache or, well, she birthed babies too. She was what they call a midwife. She'd go and help them deliver them babies. Sure did. She'd go and say a prayer with them and help them deliver, and she didn't think nothing of it. Lord, she knew everything. She knew she had to plant by the signs and the moon phases. She knew how all that worked for her garden, and she'd plant them, and she knew it all. I'd see every year she'd get out there and you'd see her calculating, and she had it all figured out. And she'd get us out there to help her get her garden going. Now, she rewarded us with some of them vegetables after they grew. Yeah, she was a good lady. Buddy Granny Lawson, they still talk about her. Buddy, she was a bird in this world. She was something else. Oh, goodness. I've seen her. She would get a stick. I don't know if you ever seen anybody do that. Get him an old stick, and she'd walk around with it stuck out there, and somehow she'd find water. I'm telling you, you could just count on it just as sure as the sun coming up. If she told you there's water, there'd be water down there. You'd dig and find you a well, or there'd be something down there. There's something to it. No, she didn't really teach anybody else. She just knew it. I don't know where she learned it. I reckon some of it may have come from the Indians in these parts, or hand me down from somewhere else, but she didn't really tell anybody else how she did it. I mean, my sisters, none of them learned it, and my mommy didn't know, and everybody just knew that Granny Lawson would take care of you. That's who you went to calling on. So when she left this world, it ain't never been the same for a lot of folks. I wished we'd have done what you're doing with me, and I wish we'd have had some way that we'd have talked to her and wrote down everything she knew, but nobody did it. Nobody thought to do it or took the time, so all we got now is the memories, I guess. But no, she wasn't a granny witch to her. She didn't use no kind of witchcraft or magic. No siree. She used prayer, psalms, and verses of the Bible. To her, she was a faith healer. She was just a tool. She was just a vessel of God. And that's how she saw it. That's how I see it too.